102.9 WGO. There's Billy Idol. Dancing with myself. It's just after 9 o'clock. As we promised you this morning, all the way from The Voice.
Yay!
Kat Perkins. Hi, Kat.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, we are doing well.
Excellent.
But you're doing a lot better than we are, girl.
You think so? I don't know.
What a great ride it's been for you. Great performances, and you picked one of my favorites to open up with, Gold Dust Woman.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was crazy. I can't even believe that they, let me do that song on the show.
Well, the beautiful thing about The Voice, though, Kat, is that it's not like on Idol, where, the contestants are kind of cut from a mold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, agreed. I think that's why it was such a great, choice to try this one, because it's not like that, and they kind of let you be your own artist. So it is really empowering.
Well, those of you who don't know Kat and meeting her for the first time, you grew up the same place I did in Scranton, North Dakota. Of course, I'm a lot older. I know your aunts and uncles and your mom and dad and grandparents and stuff.
Yay! So do I. That's weird. We have that in common. I know them too.
And my partner, Owen, who is here, he said, oh, yeah, my wife's coworker is your cousin. Is that what you said?
That's what you said, here in Minot.
Yeah. So,
nice.
Such a small world, isn't it?
It always is. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller. There was the other day on my Facebook page, somebody commented that the guy that I battled on Monday, Patrick,
right? Patrick Thompson, yeah.
Yeah, he works for a cell phone store, and the woman was like, "Oh my goodness, he sold my mother her cell phone down in Missouri." Crazy.
Well, everybody's got a day job, but listen, you've been pursuing performing in music from a very young age.
Yeah, I came out of the womb singing, basically.
Belting it out around the house, right?
Yeah, exactly. And, I had such a musical family, my dad, my mom, my sister, and it was just always around. So it was just kind of a given. I
think in our family, we got one of your Uncle Randy's records, probably.
Of course, I'm sure
Back
you
in the
do.
day, absolutely. Well,
he's still kicking it too. He's still doing the music business. He's such an inspiration that way, because
I bet
it just keeps going.
Does he give you some tips on in your professional career? Has he over the years?
Yes, when I was little, absolutely. He helped me out a lot. Now I think he's always hitting me up for his own questions.
Exactly.
Now. The tables have turned. Try
to figure it out. Well, listen, you've been through a lot of auditions. You were in the Burning Hill Singers and the Medora musical. A lot of people remember that. My question is, are they going to let you yodel on The Voice?
I don't even know if I can. I don't know if I can do that anymore. But they were trying to get me to do it backstage for their pieces that they put up on Hulu and stuff like that. But I totally chickened out.
Because you were known as the yodeling girl. Everybody said,
I was a yodeling cowgirl. I think every year they had me yodel, and honestly, the first year that I was in the show, it was like the year after that. Jared Lillis, remember him?
Yep.
And he was like a freak alien yodeler. Like, he's amazing. and I had to come in and be the yodeler and fill those shoes, and it was a nightmare. but that show, Medora, was like probably, it was kind of like my college. It was literally what taught me all about my stage presence and how to perform. To this day, I'm so grateful for that experience, and having gone through that audition, when I was in high school. So
yeah, it's amazing. Kat Perkins
I'm so grateful for that.
Kat Perkins is with us. She's of course on The Voice now. You auditioned. Gosh, we hate to talk about age, but gosh, more than a dozen years ago for a little upstart show called Idol. How was that?
At least I was only barely legal.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So I haven't thought about this for a long time.
But you actually you got in the room, didn't you?
I did, absolutely. I went through the first 4 rounds. I actually got up to the judges in that room, which was a nightmare. But
was Simon mean to you?
Yes, he was very mean to me.
I'd heard that.
He was horribly mean to me, and Randy wasn't in the room for some reason. They kept joking around that he was out getting donuts or something, but he couldn't even save me. There was no saving. Paula was mean to me. Simon was mean to me. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't take away the experience for the world, but it was brutal. And you know what? I'm so glad that I got to do that. I did this thing in Fargo where I got the direct audition, so I didn't have to stand in line out there in California, which is great because those people had been in line for like a week.
Wow.
And I waltzed right in front of them because we had these, free passes. There
Sure.
was like 10 of us that had that. So.
I remember they had those up in Minot too. I was here at that time. Idol was just a brand new thing, and they were just trying to get bodies in the door at that time to get started.
And it was really fun. And spending a lot of time in LA, I think I spent 3 weeks or something.
That's exciting.
It's crazy cool. So
and now
you
you got a nicer group of judges now on The Voice.
I do.
They are great.
My coach is super hot and super nice. I couldn't ask for more.
Of course, that'd be Adam Levine. Yes.
Yeah, that was a nuts, thing that happened when I had my choice. I really, honestly, tried to prepare myself for every scenario, and even with nobody turning around. But there was just nothing to prepare for what was about to happen. It was just you'd have to just get through the nerves and sing. And honestly, I wasn't even thinking about the chair turning.
You weren't, huh? You didn't. No. You didn't go in there saying if Blake wants me, I'm going with him, or Shakira, or Usher.
They had me over the course of however many weeks we were out there for that process. They asked me that question almost every day, and I answered it differently every day just to, get used to answering it differently. But honestly, when I was in the moment, I had no idea. I really couldn't even focus on anything else but just not fainting, forgetting the words, just, punching through.
He had to hold you up, though. He had to pick you up. You must have been weak in the knees. That must have been it.
I was totally weak in the knees. That's why he picked me up.
Yeah.
And I'm never letting go. It was a pretty epic moment. And that little koala bear hug has been talked on Twitter for
of course it is.
weeks. And even when you go to their YouTube channel, it's like the frozen image of them is me doing that. They subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's crazy. I love it.
Well, last week, of course, you were in the battle edition, and I saw that you had celebrity coach Aloe Black. What was that like? I mean, this is what I said to Owen. I said, when I saw Aloe Black there, it's like, gosh, he's all business. He's so professional. Nothing like he sounds like on a record. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right? He was all business and super serious.
Yeah.
And when we would get Patrick Thompson, who I battled, he's a really, really funny dude. He's almost like stand-up comedian, kind of funny. And so we got him to break in our second rehearsal with him and made him laugh a little bit. But yeah, he was super serious and he helped us out a lot. I mean, he was really good with his words and the way that he approached us and our coaching. And obviously, we filmed a lot more than you see on there. And
sure,
we sat in there for probably a good 45 minutes with him. So.
At the end, you said, "Aloe, you're the man."
You're the man. You're the man. You're the man. You're the man.
Kat Perkins is with us. She's you're going on. What's the battle going to be, or what's the competition going to be on Monday, Kat? What?
All right.
Next week, what? We're going to talk about what's coming up the week after that. What's going to happen next week?
Well, next week's just continuing the battle round.
Okay.
So,
all right.
More of my new friends that I've made.
Your new friends.
They'll be going head to head, and somebody either goes home or gets saved, and hopefully it gets saved because I don't want anybody to go home at this point. So that
because
continues.
Patrick got stolen. I mean, he got saved.
Yes. Thank God. It's one of my favorite moments, and I saw somebody screenshot it online too because I really didn't want him to go home. In so many ways, I think he's a great person, but he's a really great singer. So I'm really, really glad that he got stolen, and I think it was a perfect fit now that he's on.
When you close your eyes, that's Joe Cocker right there.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh my God, he's got such a great voice. He starts singing when we're battling, it's just my heart. I put my hand over my heart. It's just so rich and so smooth. I love it.
And your voices mix so well. I mean, both really classic voices. A lot of times I'm going to say, Kat, in these singing competitions, you get people who just over sing and they do the acrobatics, but I can tell that what you do is real. I mean, that's the way it is. And
it's a lot of people's tendency to do that. It might even be sort of mine when I start, we get like 2 seconds before we run into that first rehearsal with that song. We get literally about 40 minutes before we go in. So you're basically sight reading it, when you go in there. So, your tendency is to just scream and shout and try to prove yourself. But as long as you can sink back and make it your own and really stay tuned. That's the only thing I've really told myself is God, if I do anything on this show, please try to stay true to myself and not oversing and just, enjoy what I'm doing. And then when I do that, then other people will enjoy it too.
Yeah, and that's what the coaches, I mean, they'll tell you when you need to throttle back.
Yes, that's true.
This
next battle, we spent the entire rehearsal dialing me back, I'll tell you that. And it was crazy. It just was a different song, and it was nuts for me to try to do.
Well, the breaking news is that you're going to get to work with Coldplay's Chris Martin.
Yes. I can't. I'm probably just my jaw's gonna hit the floor. I don't know what's gonna happen.
You'll be hanging with Gwyneth in the wings there, and
yes, Chris Martin. I'm so excited. He's Grammy-winning songwriter, singer. This is gonna be nuts to be able to work with him, and I'll never ever forget this. I'm sure. So I'm really stoked about that. And along with that breaking news, that this next round is also going to be a battle and not a knockout.
Okay. Oh.
So
that means that you could be rescued if you needed rescuing, right?
Yeah, yes. Yes, that would be fine.
Well, I don't think you're going to need rescuing. I think you're going all the way through.
Oh God. If I hear the word battle one more time, I think I'm going to break out in hives. I can't believe we're doing another battle.
Yeah.
It's such an intense part of the show, and then, we get pulled into a room telling us that, we're going to do it again because it's more exciting than that knockout round. And I agree, and I'm actually, a huge fan of the show, and I love the way that they change things up every year. So I'm excited for this change, but it's going to be just as intense as that first one, and again, I might need to, I don't know, I'm probably going to get acne or something worrying about that.
Exciting for you being a solo performer, too. Are you checking your iPhone or your iTunes chart status every day?
Yes, every day. It's so fun to check those charts and, watch it move up. I'm not really sure that I understand iTunes charting because you can be at 14 and then 57 and, within an hour.
They're buying it. That's
what they are. Yeah. They are buying it, and that's great news because that also helps me if I make it far enough to where that makes a difference and gives you the extra points. And, regardless, after this show, no matter how far I go, I'm going to record a record. And I'm going to, go out there and push it. And now it's kind of, proof that I think people will actually buy it if I do that.
We'll play it.
Yay! Good.
All right, Kat, we're looking forward to the next round and to the next battle. So.
Oh, this is going to be crazy.
It's pretty crazy. Well, listen, we're cheering for you. We're on Team Kat. Everybody's following you on Facebook, Twitter, and all of that. And, buy the tunes on iTunes.
Yes, okay. Buy those tunes. And, I really want to thank everybody for following me on social media because those numbers are ridiculous. And I appreciate it so much. And for your guys' support. And I love chatting with you, and I really appreciate that. So thank you.
We're going to stay in touch, okay?
That sounds great.
All right, good luck to you. Kat Perkins from The Voice. We know she's going to be around for a while yet. If you were listening between the lines, you know that.